People. Terry warned you guys, innit? Terry warned you guys. He called it from early. They went for Sterling. They went for Pogba. They went for Martial. They went for Greenwood. And despite everything this guy has done in the last few weeks, they're coming for Marcus Rashford now. You guys just don't want to stop, don't you? You just don't want to stop. But we're going to get at you pagans. We're going to talk about you pagans today, so let's get into it. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Football Terrace. I am here with my guys, Avengers, still in the building. Yes, we are still called the Avengers. And I'm hearing, a few players have started a group chat on WhatsApp, and call themselves the Avengers. Listen, we want our royalties, baby. We want that money. We want that cash flow. We want it, bruv. Because this is our name, yeah? So whoever you are, you know who you are. Do you see what? Yeah, exactly. You know who you are. I'm not gonna name no names, but they know who they are. We want our royalties. We want the cash. We want the shmoney. We want our royalties. But I'm here with my usual guests, my friends, my boys, Elite KJ, Neeks, Manny, and Danny in the building. What are we saying, boys? How are we doing tonight?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I mean, listen, the days are just rolling into one with this lockdown thing. I spin around twice and it's dark outside. I'm like, is it midnight? It's only 5 o'clock. Like, I don't know what's going on, but you know what? I'm here, man.
Trust me, it's crazy, man. I even forgot the day I was meant to call into work here. And literally, 15 minutes ago, I was like, wow, today's Sunday. I'm meant to be working, you know. Luckily for me, there's no trains running today. So, you know. But yeah, I'm all blessed, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
Now, this is actual lockdown weather, though. Like, this is what lockdown should have been in the first time, fam. You know what I'm saying? When it's dark and it's raining, I'd rather be in my yard anyway, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true, bro.
Lockdown weather, fam. During the summer, it was peak because I look outside, it was hot, fam. I'm like, yo, fam, this is sundress weather, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my yard, fam.
Man went there. Danny, what are you saying, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. In some ways, other ways not. It's a pagan holiday today, isn't it?
What's today?
It's a pagan holiday.
Oh, them pagans are out in force, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a pagan holiday.
It's a pagan holiday, fam. These men are enjoying the sun a bit too much, fam.
It's a pagan holiday. But yeah, guys, remember to smash a like on this video right from the jump. Subscribe to the channel. It's road to 200K. Share this video as well. Let's get as many people as possible, in this stream. And yeah, get interactive in the live comments, and then we'll read out your comments and we'll discuss the different topics that we have today. And I guess also, the newsletter. Yeah, make sure you sign up for the newsletter as well. Lots of new things coming on the Football Terrace, and I'm guessing Terry has told you guys already, but big things coming. I'm telling you guys, no joke. But yeah, we're going to jump straight into this, man. And like I said in the little intro, and I said, these guys just don't want to stop, do they? They just cannot stop coming at black footballers in particular. They came for Sterling. They came for Pogba. They came for Martial. Came for Greenwood, who's a kid, man. This is the thing about Greenwood that annoyed me the most. He's a youth. Like, he's 19 years of age. There's no need to attack a player. And I'm not going to sit here and say attacking Pogba is normal, but he's a bit older. Do you see what I mean? He's closer to 30. He's done things.
No, but the thing is, Aaron,
hold on. I know. But it's still wrong. But I'm saying the fact that they came at Mason annoyed me the most because he's a kid, man. He could have been my little brother. He's 19 years of age. All he cares about is going into training at Carrington. When he finishes, go back home and stream on Twitch. Do you see what I mean? He's a gamer. He just likes to play Fortnite. That's it. And probably other games as well. But I'm not going to say too much. I've said everything I had to say on my social media platforms, on my YouTube channel yesterday. not yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry, when I was with Manny, KJ. Were you there as well, KJ? KJ was there. No, you weren't there. Flawless was there, sorry.
He was there.
And
oh yeah, no, I was. I caught the back
He
end
was.
of it.
Yeah.
towards the end. So we talked about it already, or I've talked about it already. I'm gonna let you guys say what you have to say in it. So yeah, Marcus Rashford obviously was in the news the last few weeks and the last few months for what he's doing in terms of child poverty. And there was an article that, you know, the Mirror published. I don't even want to read out the headline because I don't think it's worth doing that. But yeah, everyone's seen it on Twitter. And Marcus Rashford had to tweet had to tweet the Daily Mail and say, okay, so let's address this. I'm 23. I came from little. I need to protect not just my future, but my family's too. To do that, I made a decision at the beg of 2020 to start investing more in property. Please don't run stories like this alongside refs to campaigning. Mm-hmm. And listen, any male or female with money, possibly the first thing you're going to do is invest in property. Do you know what I mean? The real estate business is one of the most lucrative businesses out there. So it's normal. It's normal. But apparently for Marcus Rashford to do that, it's not good. So I've heard. So it's just ridiculous, man. I'm running out of words for these guys, man. Like KJ always says, we need to come for these pagans, and today we're going to do just that. And you know what, KJ, you can go ahead and start.
You know, yeah, you was talking about the list of players that come after. You forgot some names on there, like Zaha. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
make up stories about him. There's so many you forgot. And you said, it's understandable them going after Paul Pogba because he's older now, blooded 27 near 30s. They were coming after him when he first came over here when he's 23. They called Martial a flop before he even entered the country, fam. At 19. A 19-year-old French lad calling him a £50 million flop. They go after them early. This shock of Mason Greenwood's age is not a shock. These men have been doing it for time. They don't care what age you are. They don't care how early it is. They don't care about your circumstance. They don't care that you're a 19-year-old boy and you just lost one of your close friends to suicide. They will come after you anyway because they're pricks, fam. They are pagans, bro. And I am sick of them getting away with this crap, fam. I say Viva La Resistance for a reason, fam. You know what I'm saying? Block them on social media, boycott their things everywhere else. Don't buy their papers, fam. Block their social media. Don't click on their things because that's how they win. I'm about it, man. Resist, fam. We're getting taken for Egypt now because it's how many times do this happen? They make a crap story, this BS story. And then we click it and then get outraged. But by the time we've clicked it, they've got their P's. Forget this, fam. Block them, fam. Boycott the thing. Let it burn to the ground. Actually, you know what? Don't even burn. You know what? I want to slow. You know, you pagans, I want to slow death for you, man. I want you to see every single black footballer, every single black young up-and-coming contributor, every content creator slowly rise up here. And then you start to see your money start to dry up. And by the time we get to the top, I hope you're on the ground and you're begging us. You are begging us to give you an opportunity. You're begging us to give us your contacts. Give us contacts to you guys because no one want to touch you, man. That's what I want. I want a nice slow death for these guys, fam. Let them bleed. Let them be a nice bleeding, fam. That's what I want, fam. These men need to get got. We need to support our players. We need to support our young men. We need to always be with them and let them know that we've got their back. All these other rival fans, all these social media fans, on Twitter and that, I don't care, man. Like, I don't care what AVI you got, what team you support. If you're backing this, you're also an up. You know what I'm saying? You're also up. I don't care. Oh, but it's my opinion. Now allow your opinion. Your opinion's crap, fam.
And you know what? You mentioned something very interesting there, KJ. When you said to boycott all these media platforms, all these big outlets, these newspapers that just keep feeding people with this BS, and as much as we're woke and we see these kind of things, we read through the lines, there are people out there that are just sheep and I just believe everything that's in the media. And I'm sure you've heard at least one person in your life say something and then you debate it and then the person goes, yeah, but it's true because it's on the news. Like, I'm sure you've heard this at least once in your life. And there are people out there, they will read this in the Mirror. They will see the Marcus Rashford headline, and then they'll go, "Oh well, the Daily Mail's reported about this, so it must be true." And we've got sheep like this out there, football fans that will just believe anything. And this is what I tweeted earlier, and I said, and goes back to your point, KJ. You're right when you're saying that I want a slow death for these guys, isn't it? Because there will be a point, these guys are going to be begging people like us, please stop stealing all these footballers to interview them. We want to interview them as well. But you know what? There will be a time, and it's coming soon. The change is already happening because they need us now already. We've seen influencers go on TV already, YouTubers go on TV already, talking about transfers and these kind of things. They need us. Like, let's not get it twisted. They need people like us. So in a few years' time, I can see footballers gravitate more towards people like us and having sit-downs and chill-outs and just have a chat, man. Just, talk about football, talk about life, instead of sitting in front of someone that's just a robot and just like pre-rehearsed questions, and it's got to be PG, and you have to say certain things, and there's certain things you can't say, and do you see what I mean? But yeah, man, these guys, like KJ says, they need to get got. They need to be, I'm not going to say punished, but they need to be boycotted. Boycott their platforms, innit? Boycott their platforms. And yeah, this is all I have to say. Manny. I mean, we talked about the Greenwood thing, but and you said a lot on my video, but what more can you say? Because we've said it all, it seems.
Do you know what? Yeah. The question is, are we not allowed to live our life? Like, away from it, are we not allowed to live our life? What they're saying, he spent 2 million on properties.
Yeah.
This guy makes that money in 2 months. So if he's making up, this is away from everything. His contract at Manchester United, plus after tax, means he's earning 2 mil every 2 months, right? So if he wants to spend his 2 mil every 2 months on buying properties, what is wrong with that? Is he not allowed to spend his money? Are we not allowed to spend the money the way? If he wants to go out now and says he wants to buy 20 Lamborghinis just because he can do it. He has the money to do it. So it's just, again, like we said, it's poor journalism, and I'm just looking for a story. I just don't get it. When it was Phil Foden, oh yeah, he bought his mum a house, blah blah blah, good boy, all of that stuff. You get me?
Got applauded.
Bro, now Rashford's buying houses to protect his family, invest in his future, I don't get it. I just don't get it, bro.
The most annoying thing is about their headliners. They try to make out like they're trying to make it a compliment, like campaigning footballer Marcus Rashford does this.
Yeah,
that's why he had to say, "Yo, keep my name out your mouths, fam."
Exactly.
Don't bring my campaign into this, because I know what you pagans are doing.
Like, they're trying to say that man's sucking the money out of the campaign to.
So I've seen people. I saw people in the comments saying, "Yeah, they're right. Like, how dare you ask the government to pay for people's kids, and he's avoiding tax? How is he avoiding tax, you idiots, fam?" Explain to me how.
This goes back to people just believing whatever's in the papers, innit? Whatever they read, they're like, oh, that must be true. It's on the news. Oh, it must be true. Excellent. Such and such said it. Do you see what I mean? So, yeah, man. Neeks, before you left the stream, I wanted to get your opinion as well, bro. I don't know what you think about this whole situation, man. It keeps happening time and time again. And at this point, you can't even say you're angry anymore. You're just tired of it, because it's just a never-ending cycle. They keep coming at the same guys.
First and foremost, on the subject that we're on.
You're really quiet, but
yeah, you're really quiet, bro.
All right, let's try. Yeah, that's better, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go.
Almost while we're on the subject, big up this man over here, Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, black excellence in the flesh.
Come on,
the greatest to ever
and
do.
Undermining his achievement as well.
100%. There's a reason why I said it. There's a reason why I mentioned Hamilton. He won it today, but Hamilton is he's one of you could say the biggest examples of what we're actually talking about today. You look under any F1 post, whether it's from Sky, whether it's from Formula One itself, Mercedes, or Hamilton, and you see the amount of hate that he gets in those comments, and then you see it just generally in the press, the lack of appreciation he actually gets as a sportsman when he is the greatest to ever do it. I'm not afraid to say that. I know my F1, I'll debate anyone. The greatest to ever do it in sport.
You don't even have to be knowledable about F1, bro. It's just facts. Numbers don't lie, bro.
Yeah. You know what? It's go on, finish off. Go on, finish with it.
No, I was
going to say, do you know what actually annoyed me? I think it was maybe it was last year, 2 years ago. Someone came out and said, "Oh, I don't rate Lewis Hamilton because he doesn't want to live in the UK. It's
Yeah,
just
I read that
like
as
poor
well.
agendas.
Wait,
like,
wait,
Well,
wait, no,
listen.
wait, no,
Well,
wait,
one second.
wait. You know what's funny about that? Yeah, them same
remember
people
that.
saying that are the same people go back to your country. If you don't like it
No,
here,
but-
move somewhere else. The
but-
same man then will say that, fam.
But really quickly on that, a couple of the F1 drivers came out, and I think it was Button might have been one of them as well. And he said, "Well, none of us live in the UK because obviously it's tax haven in Monaco in Switzerland.
There you go.
But you never hear it
There
about
you
anyone
go.
else, so they try to use it, which is it's a beautiful segue to what I want to say, because this Rashford issue isn't an issue because he fed the kids. Let's just put it as like simply as that. It's an issue because it's happening. I don't care if he went on this campaign to feed the vulnerable children in the UK or not. This kind of quote unquote journalism, because it's not journalism, it's just an agenda, should not be happening. And so even if Rashford wasn't doing what he is doing in the society, in the community, in the world, this kind of stories and these kind of agendas should not be being pushed. I got very, very emotional yesterday when I was reading the Mason Greenwood story. I didn't even read it, so I just saw the headline from, I believe it was the Mirror,
Yeah, that was
regarding them
man.
trying to equate what's happening with him and
Ravel
Morrison. And that was like the tip of the iceberg for everything that's been, all the rumors and allegations you're seeing attached to Mason Greenwood's name in the last few weeks or months or whatever it might be. And I'm absolutely sick and tired of it. As you said, I'm not surprised. I know the racism that goes on in this country, in the West in general, and in the world, if we're going to be honest. But when I see someone, these young black men living their life, doing good in their profession, and Marcus Rashford, who's trying to do good outside of the profession, but that don't matter, because when you've got an agenda, that agenda takes precedence of everything else. So they don't care. If anything, you're getting too big for your boots. How dare you call out the Prime Minister? How dare you call out the MP? You stick to your job, you kick the ball and keep yourself quiet. Because if you don't, we're going to come and shut you down. And Terry said it. I've said it in my private spaces and other places. I said, they're going to come for Marcus Rashford. And someone said to me a couple of days after the Mason Greenwood story, or the same day the Mason Greenwood, I said, they're coming for Marcus Rashford. They're cooking up something. They're waiting, and as soon as they can find something, they're going to come for him. And the worst part about this is nothing. It wasn't even like he got a speeding ticket and they tried to blow a story. They are reporting an achievement, but you trying to use it against him. They are so warped in their agenda that they will use anything, even if it doesn't exist, just to try and push it. And Marcus Rashford, don't try and equate. Like, if you want to come for me, he's basically saying, if you want to come for me. But don't try and mix and match with the campaign that we're doing with the children. This ain't nothing to do with them. Don't try and bring that down because you want to come for me. Come for me like a man if you're going to come for me, and we can go head to head. Don't try and mix two things together or whatever. And it's actually sickening. But as much as we blame the mainstream media, and I do, and I blame the media from a long time. My parents, innit? They read it, they watch the news for research purposes, not for information in terms of, not for facts, because you can't trust the news. You take the information, you put that together with other research you've done, and then you come up with what you will say is your truth.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford is the tip of the iceberg. But the people, the consumers, us, the people, the population, have to take some responsibility, because when we allow certain agendas for the likes of people that maybe we don't like or haven't done the community work in our country over here that Marcus Rashford done, the likes of Paul Pogba, when we allow that narrative to be pushed and we don't challenge it, it then allows the same treatment to happen to a Raheem Sterling, to a Tosin Adebayo, to a Mason Greenwood, and to a Marcus Rashford, because we decided to not challenge it because it suited our agenda, because we wanted to call Paul Pogba a flop, because we wanted to say Aubameyang was too flashy, because we wanted to say Zaha doesn't care about his career, because we wanted to push our own personal agenda for certain players. We've allowed it to come to this. And now you're seeing certain people who have an affiliation with Manchester United or Mason Greenwood or Marcus Rashford. Now they're speaking out because it's hitting home to them. But where were you 4 years ago when it didn't hit home to you, but the same thing was happening? You're supposed to fight for a cause, not because of who it's happening to, but for what is happening. So those people there, I don't rate you. I don't rate you. You are jumping on the bandwagon because now it fits your agenda. But now it's coming home. The chickens are coming home to roost in your backyard. But we've been here. We've been talking about this. And I'm sick and tired of it. So listen, I said I got emotional yesterday when I was reading the Mason Greenwood stuff, and I snapped at certain people. And I'm not even apologizing for that because that's where we are right now. I am sick and tired of it. These men are young black men trying to make a living, and they can't even do that. And what's going to happen is something real bad is going to happen to one of these footballers, and people are going to come out with mental health, suicide awareness, this, that, and other. I'm not here for it. Nip it in the bud now. It's up to us, the people, the consumer, to nip it in the bud and make sure that this don't keep happening time and time again.
Viva la resistance, fam. Come on,
these were some serious shots, and I wouldn't be surprised if that hit someone somewhere there. Do you know what I mean? If you hear someone scream, that means the bullet hit him. But listen, we've got super chats here. The first one here from Duncan and Tammy Hawkins saying, make no mistake, those opposed to Rashford and his work with kids' poverty will use this to turn the narrative in their favor, or try to at least. And we have another super chat. Just scroll up a little bit. I think I missed it there, bro. Oh yeah, there it is. From Baz1 saying, gotta cut out the mainstream media completely. Best thing I've ever done. Listen, come on. If this is what we have to do in it, because ultimately, like I said, there are people out there that will just believe anything and everything that's being said in the mainstream media because it's the mainstream media. Well, such and such said it because he's on the news and he's been working there for 10 years and he sounds credible. Well, such and such said it because he played the game, so it must be true. Do you see what I mean? So we've got a lot of sheep out there that will just believe anything and not even question what's being said about X, Y, and Z. But Danny, bro, I saw you nodding and, you know what I mean, and smiling to a lot of what Neeks was saying. What more can be said about this, bro?
One thing, well, several things. First thing, unfortunately, where Rashford is concerned, this is never going to stop because he's entered the political space now. He's fighting for poor people. You know the history of this country, classism. Yeah, like he's fighting for poor people. So because he's in that space, unfortunately, this isn't going to pass for him. It may pass for Greenwood. Once he starts playing his football, they'll shut up like they did with Sterling. He delivered on the pitch. Right. So they shut up and left him alone, moved on to other targets. Unfortunately, I don't see any change coming. Certain things that Neeks pointed out, you pointed out the other day as well, Aaron, when you were saying, I bet these men are going to speak up now because, it's one of your own. He's from the Manchester United Academy. Now you want to speak. It's deeper than that. You realize these two players, Rashford and Greenwood, they're the future for England. So the journalists who have interest in seeing England do well, like, no, we need to call this out. So that tells me, okay, when there's some type of motivation that's personal to you, you're down to speak out. So all that means is when these same scumbag outlets target a black foreign player, like they did Pogba, these men will be silent again. Nothing's going to change there. Furthermore, the number one sports radio broadcaster in this country is Alan Brazil. He's been reprimanded several times for racial comments. The last thing he said, I stopped listening to TalkSport like 6-7 years ago. He said something racist about Japanese people back then, got reprimanded by Ofcom. A year ago, 2019, this man basically said that where he grew up in Glasgow, there's a rat infestation because of the Asians that moved there. Number one for sports radio in this country. For most of my lifetime, The Sun has been the number one newspaper. We know they're a scumbag newspaper. They've been number one. 2 years ago, they got bumped off the number one spot. By whom? The Daily Mail. What does that tell you? There's an appetite for this. There are people that want to see people that look like us demonized in that way because it reinforces the prejudices and all of the negative stereotypes they believe about people that look like us. So I've been boycotting these people. I don't have the Daily Mail app. I don't have the Sun app. When I was watching your stream the other day, Aaron, I had to ask you in the comments, yo, my brother, where's this news coming from?
Right. Yeah.
I don't go to Sky Sports News scrolling through their news. I look at the fixture list. What's being broadcast? When are the games? What's the kickoff time? Move past the news. I don't go to these people for news. Because to be honest, I'm jaded. I'm tired. I'm like, I can't feed into, I can't let them rile me up anymore. I can't let them do it. And as I said before, it's with Mason Greenwood, if he plays football, he'll shut them down, but they'll come for him like they did with Sterling. They'll wait for one thing to happen. They'll pop up again. But in the case of Rashford, they're not going to let up, man. He's operating in a different space where people are even more nasty. The levels of the language they use in their tactics are even more sophisticated as well. That's what you saw with that headline. That's not a football headline.
No.
That's a political. That's what they do in the political realm. How they connect things and misrepresent what you're doing. And then linked it to the football thing. Don't forget what happened during lockdown. Dominic Raab. Football players play your part. Why? Because he knows there's an appetite in the country. Like I said, the history of the country, classism. When it was white working class people, they didn't like football players because it was a way for working class people to get wealthy just by kicking a football. Now the league is half foreign. Now the English national team is full of brothers.
Come on.
At the time when the country has voted for Brexit and nationalism on the rise.
Come on, hey.
This is what's happening. And I personally, I can't feed into a lot of these things I don't even see unless someone I know retweets it because I'm scrolling through these things. I navigate social media to stay away from this nonsense, to be honest with you. What I would say is, in the case of Mason Greenwood, the most important thing now is how the football club looks after him, and I know they will look after him. He will be looked after at Manchester United, and he'll get past it. But the Rashford one, that's going to be that's the one that concerns me even more because that's going to be non-stop. He's fighting for poor people. That's a dangerous thing to do.
But the one thing with Rashford,
guys, remember to like the video, smash the like button, and also subscribe to the channel's road to 200k. And yeah, man, people are loving what you're saying, Danny. People in the comments saying, say it again, spot on. And
talking about the comments, Aaron,
stuff. Yeah, go on.
Talking about Roy Keane, my brother. Yeah, you're not really Roy Keane. I know you're not. You're hiding behind a golden shoe that you'll never actually earn, fam. Listen, I see the energy you're giving in the chat. Yeah, about it's not racism. They do it to all players. Stop blaming race. Blah 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 blah.
Explain to them why, bro.
Look at Rooney, Trump, Bieber, Depp, Roy Keane, Ryan Giggs. Them man got in the press for a reason, fam. They actually did things that warranted being in the press for a negative reason.
Do you want to name these things, or do you think they forgot?
Ryan Giggs most recently Ryan Giggs, literally,
you're not gonna say
they came out one day and shut down.
No, I mean nothing. But the reason why is racism, fam. The reason why there's undertones of racism because when I say these black players don't have to do anything, and they are negative reports coming out about them. If you buy your mom a new bathroom, negative report because you're a black player. If you buy a new house, negative report because you're a black player. If you change your hair, negative report. If you dance, negative report. If you breathe, negative report. It doesn't matter what these guys are doing, as long as they're
EasyJet jet flights.
Yeah, EasyJet. Look, they complain that you're taking private jets somewhere. You take an EasyJet. They complain you're taking EasyJet. They complain you're taking girls to a nice restaurant. You take them to Nando's. They complain again. There's always a negative story to have for these black players to just be breathing. That is the issue. Yes, I get what you're saying. We should treat all footballers the same and they shouldn't get any negative abuse from the media for no reason. But there's only a certain set of footballers that get that privilege.
Can you not share that screen that I just brought up?
Yeah.
2018, just before the World Cup, Raheem Sterling called out the press for exactly what KJ's talking about. So this is Tosin Adebayo, a young Man City academy player.
He's playing for Fulham. He's in the Premier League. He's playing for Fulham right now.
The report. Watch out the title. Young Manchester City footballer, 20 on 25,000 a week, splashes out on mansion on market for 2.25 million, despite having never started a Premier League game. The same, no, so it's further up, sorry. Manchester City starlet Phil Foden buys new £2 million home for his mum. Both footballers, both for the same club, both academy players, doing very, very, very similar things to in terms of buying houses, but the same publication is entitled in a certain way that makes you think negatively of one and the other. For Tosin Adebayo, you can only buy a £2 million house if you've started a Premier League game, but the starlet of Phil Foden, he's allowed to buy his mama home. Now you tell me what is, because they're two footballers. They're two footballers at the same club, similar ages. So if it's not to do with the occupation they're doing, you then tell me what the difference is between those two guys.
Look at the language used as well.
And you know,
look at the language. So starlet Phil, there's no splash. Oh, there it is.
There it is, yeah, splash.
These are key words.
Also, you see how
you're blowing your money.
No, because the thing is, you're flashy. No one likes a flashy footballer, especially one that looks like you know.
Also, did you see how they used his name? They use Phil Foden's name. They don't include Tosin's name in it. They don't. Just to say Man City player, young player who's never played a game. That's dehumanizing.
Stripped his name.
And you know what? Yeah, and I just want to get this out there with everyone on this platform, on the stream, that's making different comments. This is not us saying that we hate a certain demographic of players. No, we don't. We're just comparing it and to try and show you that there is an undertone of racism in the way the media portrays a certain player from this demographic and a certain players from this demographic. Because Neeks took an example that was 2-3 years ago. Let's take it a bit further to most recent times. The Harry Maguire situation. Obviously, I'm not going to get into the whole case because I don't even know if it's still ongoing. I don't know. What happened in Greece, He came back. I thought he was just going to come back and, Man United was going to take care of him. He was going to train again and get back to his football step by step. Now, what happens? He comes back and arguably the biggest media platform in the United Kingdom offers him a chance to give an exclusive interview around 6:30 p.m. people. And remember, this is around the time that everyone's in front of their TV watching the news. They know what they're doing. They're smart. Offered him an interview to try and explain what happened, clear his name, whatever the case may be. He comes on TV, and to be fair, he played it nicely because he played it with, he put emotions into it and used the right words. People felt sorry for him. Everyone got behind him. Now, I want to know who asked Mason, come on our platform, explain to us how you feel. You recently lost a friend who just committed suicide. It's clearly affected you. How do you feel? How does that affect your daily life? Who cares about that?
And let's make it clear. About that? Let's make it clear.
When Paul Pogba lost his dad before the World Cup, who asked him how he was doing? French media did their part because I've seen French media outlets have interviews with him and talk to him and say, how do you feel? Losing a parent is probably a horrible thing. How do you feel going into this World Cup knowing that your dad is probably proud of you? They did their part. What did the English media do?
Get this Roy Keane idiot out there. Sorry, man. This guy's a
you know what? I'm just gonna block
that last comment's just you're taking
He's blocked anyway.
Can't be mentioning that man up in here.
He's blocked. But go on, Neeks. I'm just trying to say.
Let's make it clear.
We're not trying to say that we hate a certain demographic of players. We're just trying to show you that there is an undertone of racism, a clear one as well. And the most recent example is the Harry Maguire example.
Yes, it's about balance, and it doesn't mean that the BBC, or I think it was BBC, were wrong to interview Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire shouldn't have the right to defend himself, innocent to proven guilty. But we're asking for balance. What is right for him is right for someone else. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But the goose and the gander are treated completely different by the mainstream media in this country. Fact.
Because as well, see, there's a path to redemption for Harry Maguire.
There we go.
That's the difference. What KJ, just to add to what KJ was saying before, see the difference is, and it ties into Harry Maguire thing as well. See, there's a path to redemption for people like Roy Keane, Wayne Rooney, Harry Maguire, and we know why that is. Whereas when you're a black football player, as soon as they hit you with that attitude tag,
oh, that's finished. You're done.
With that lazy tag,
you're done.
You can't shake it. You just can't shake it. It's hard to shake. People never let you forget it. You know, Neek started off referencing Lewis Hamilton. It's one of the things that sort of turned me off to Formula One a bit. What I noticed was when he reflected what I would say is just British culture, when he was the quiet boy from Stevenage with no personality, they loved him. I remember because when you live through things, it's different. I remember when Lewis Hamilton was a media darling. When did he stop being a media darling? When he started getting pictured with Jay-Z, when he started participating in hip hop, when he started expressing himself with tattoos, hairstyles, and clothes. Oh, I don't like all this other stuff he's doing. Blah, blah, blah. And what did they hide behind? The tax thing. That's all. Because the tax thing came out early. His first year in Formula One, that came out. He was still a media darling. It's only when he started reflecting black culture, and be blunt about it, as opposed to, you know, Stevenage culture, if you will, that's when they started having a problem with Lewis Hamilton. And these are the things we're speaking about. Like, they just, as soon as, and they'll hide behind things. Yeah. They'll just hide behind these cold words all the time. So now to demonize Lewis Hamilton, oh, he's in the fastest car, he's had no competition.
Like I wasn't watching Formula One with Ferrari dominating the set with the fastest car.
No, they'll tell you that wasn't true, Meeks. They'll lie to you and tell you, no, Michael Schumacher overachieved with Benetton once, cool. Give him the credit for that. But when
Hamilton did that at McLaren when he beat
first came through. Yeah,
exactly. So what? Where do we go from here?
Exactly.
We've got another super chat here from Yasir Saeed saying, sorry, when is it going to stop? Why are the English press trying to destroy their own English players, yet they scream it's coming home? That's a fair argument, you know. That's a very fair argument.
But that's why I say.
And you know what? Yeah, other media outlets in different countries, like France, they can be bad as well. The Spanish media, we all know the Spanish media, especially Marca. When they get at you, they get at you. Yeah. But I don't think they're as bad as the English media, man. It's just they're just topping
from what I've seen. From what I've seen of foreign press, they go after you for football reasons.
Exactly.
They go after you with football and football interest. Marca only care about the Spanish national team and Real Madrid. And that's it. What our press do, they go into other things that don't need to be spoken about and then pull it on front page.
It's just crazy. Manny, I don't know if you have any last words on that before we move on to the next topic, because it is quite a broad topic that we could talk about for hours and hours, but a few finishing words on that, bro.
You see with me, I'm just like, I'm frustrated, you know, when you're just lost of like energy for it, because it just happens time and time and time again. Do you know what I mean? And like, we're only just talking about Greenwood a couple of days ago, and now they're going for Marcus Rashford, and I'm just tired. That's why I'm just quiet here, just listening to everyone, because like everything that you guys have said, like I've said it. Like the example that Neeks gave, I love it. The example that you gave about Harry Maguire, I've said it. It's there is no balance. Nothing's the same. It's like, this is how we're going to treat you. This is how we're going to treat our own. And just to about that comment there, yeah, you see, with the systemic racism, they only get behind you when you can offer them something. So with that whole it's coming home, it's because, okay, these players are playing for the English national team. Oh, let's get behind them because they're going to bring it home. But once that's done, they go back to not liking you because they never liked you in the first place.
I can guarantee you, if we ever win the World Cup, the day after, they'll still write a negative story about Sterling.
No, KJ, probably. You haven't got short memories. No, when they're on the flight to the World Cup, the Red Cross are in the showbiz section exposing these men's personal lives while they're at the tournament, trying to distract them, undermine them, and say, bring it home.
Listen. Anyone who
the only difference with Marcus Rashford, sorry, I'll just look like the only thing with Marcus Rashford that I can say that I know he's good is because he looks like he's got a backbone of steel, so nothing can break him. But then we don't know how Greenwood is going to take it or how the next black person is going to take it. Exactly. Like we just said there, look at mental health is important. Me and Aaron touched on it a bit as well. Well, anyways, but mental health is very important, and it's not just racism. These things affect mental health, and it causes depression and stuff. It's like it's just I'm just tired, man. Like I'm literally tired.
I was gonna say Euro 2004. Listen, anyone who know me on this channel, I don't support England in terms of there's certain players that I want to do. Here's what I rep where I'm from, Jamaica, Trinidad. We got to 98 2006 World Cup. Outside of that, it's Brazil. Come on, big up. Outside of that, it's always been Brazil. That's just how I grew up supporting Brazil. I've never been there. I don't care what it is. But I obviously have an interest in England. There's a lot of players there that I like, that we watch on a daily basis, etc. But listen, when we get to a penalty shootout, I'm shook. I'm shook for the black players. Because a black player cost England the World Cup. Oh my! Listen, Euro.
Oh, look what it did to Southgate, fam. Look what it did to Southgate.
Euro 2004. Euro 2004. I think Ashley Cole Young for a penalty. I was like, I beg you score it. He scored it. Beckham blazed it over the bar. So obviously, that ended up being the highlight. But it was Darius Vassell who missed the last penalty. But it's only because Beckham was so embarrassing that I felt no one really spoke of Darius Vassell. Because I'm shook. I know what's going to happen at the other end. We've seen it happen with Beckham, with Rooney, and these are white players. And we've spoken about the imbalance that we see between one demographic and another. Imagine how much it could come down if a Raheem Sterling, or God forbid at this stage of his career, like where everything's happening, a Marcus Rashford was to miss a penalty in a crucial World Cup. Listen, they're done. They're finished. Nice. They're finished. But it's up to us. We're the consumers. We are the ones really who determine if those kind of stories can run.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. And yeah, we're going to finish on that note, on that subject, man. Guys, remember to smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. It's road to 200K. And also get as many people as possible involved by sharing this video as well, and get involved in the live comments. Mark Overmars, people, I'm sure you guys remember who he is, who he played for: Arsenal, Barcelona, Holland. Very good player, man. Very good player. Came out with some quotes. I'm going to read them out. Overmars said, "When I was appointed in this job at Ajax, I knew I only wanted to stay for 3 or 4 years maximum. I've been here for 8 years now, 8 seasons. For me, just as much for Edwin, it is sure that we are not going to carry on here till we are 60. This job at Ajax is costing too much energy. The whole of the Netherlands is constantly on my back and has an opinion about us." Well, mate, if you come to Manchester United, it's going to be a lot worse.
It's going to be peak, bro.
It's going to be peak. Yeah, your name might be trending on Twitter every single day, bro. But Mark Overmars is basically leaving the door open, for anyone, any club out there that doesn't work with a director of football, Manchester United, to, come at them and start negotiations. So, let me come in. Edwin van der Sar coming back to the club with his mate. What do you think?
Guilty pleasure. Pause. Listen, I used to love Mark Overmars, and I'm a Man United fan. No lie, I used to model my game on Mark Overmars growing up because I had pace. I ain't got the pace these days, but I had the pace. So I thought the way man used to listen. He was a good player, but there was a lot of kick and run. Kick past one man on one side, run the other, and get there. I was doing that on the playground daily. I used to love Mark Overmars until, obviously he scored against us, I think, in 98 season to win the title, them kind of thing that I couldn't. After that, I was like, you can leave, you can leave the country. But Brexit and that. But so I like my Overs. Never really had an issue with him. He's a good player. And the setup that they have at Ajax is that he deals with more on the football inside, the recruitment, and Edwin van der Sar's more at the boardroom level. But you have, therefore, 2 football minds working at crucial levels between the ownership and the playing staff, which I think, obviously, if you can get one person to do it, cool. But Ajax, they got 2 people doing it. Yeah. Van der Sar's a legend. If they come in 2s, I'll take Mark Overmars. If it means getting... If getting Edwin van der Sar, or if we have to get my Overmars to get van der Sar as well, I don't mind. It's not an issue for me.
I mean, I won't be too happy about that.
Imagine this, Neeks. Imagine this. 2012, we go over to Arsenal. We pick up their best player for 20 million. That following season, we win the league. Now imagine that we go, take one of their legends, bring him into our structure, and then we go on to win the league before them. It would be beautiful. Inject that into my veins, man.
Madness. Because I tell you, we need a director of football or two. Listen, two director of footballs is even better in it. We need it desperately.
No. And then you bring in Pochettino.
I've always said, for me, if I see a structural change at Man United, then I know we're serious, and then I can get behind a change of manager for coaching purposes in terms of the best coach for the players and results, blah blah blah. That's when I can get behind any change at Man United. Anything outside of that structural change, I don't. If the Glazers said tomorrow we're not taking dividends, I don't care, because you ain't changed those structures. So I don't know if you're really behind it. If the Glazers tomorrow sack Solskjaer, I don't know if for me you're not behind no structural change. It's aesthetic changes. I'm not behind that. I want to see some real structural change. Then we can say, yeah, listen, go. Me personally, I'll be excited at that point. I'll be like, yeah, Man United are actually moving in the right footballing direction. Because that's what I want. I want us to move in the right footballing direction.
Yeah.
But my question is, are we actually linked to Overmars and Edward?
No,
are we linking ourselves?
No, we are linked with Van der Sar. No, we have been linked with Van der Sar
many times.
But it's a case of it's like they come in twos. So Overmars comes with Van der Sar. That's exactly all it is. That's all it is.
But the thing,
I want to ask Danny here, because obviously we know Manchester United would function perfectly, or at least better than now, with a director of football. Like when you hear comments from some of our legends like Scholes saying Man United doesn't need a director of football, like when you hear those type of comments, like, and you see the way the club is run, like what can you say as a fan? Because apparently their opinions matter most because they played the game, and apparently they know more about the structure than we do. We're just fans, innit? We're just fans.
Can we all agree that we wish Paul Scholes wasn't a pundit? We wish
mate. The worst.
Like, you know when your heroes disappoint you?
Oh, yeah, massively.
Like, everything that comes out of this guy's mouth, I mostly disagree with.
How could you're Danny? How could someone be such an amazing, intelligent footballer, but when it comes to articulating football,
KJ, this is why Sir Alex Ferguson kept him out of.
I was just about to say that.
Just on a serious note, though, like he's talking nonsense. But this is where we go down the rabbit hole, Aaron. You think I trust Woodward to actually implement a proper structure, even if we got a technical director?
See, I don't, because he knows that if he does that, it kind of he's kind of away from the spotlight. He doesn't have the same amount of power. He doesn't have the same amount of say that he has now. So he's aware of that. He's thinking, so I'm just gonna let man come in and take my spot. Nah, I'm not gonna.
I think he will still have power though.
Yeah, but Manny, that's
talking to people. I have a theory. The reason why these people never take the job is because they're like, you man don't even know how to you don't even know what a technical director really does, do you? What do you think this is? You man a fool. And to be honest with you, Mark Overmars has put himself in a shop window for a football club that actually knows what they're bloody doing, and is not Manchester United Football Club. I'm not even getting my hopes up on that one. That's for you watch Juventus. If Pirlo flops, don't be surprised if Juventus go plug Van der Sar, Overmars, or Barcelona, or football clubs that know what they're doing. Like, it's these man. How does it, like, a 3-year process to find one person, 2 people even, a 3-year process, no structural changes, no nothing. Like,
this is why we got to be on the
recruitment stuff. Apparently,
it's taken 7 years. It's taken 7 years to get Woodward to stop helping pick targets.
It's going to take another 7.
Basically said it.
What you were saying, Manny? Sorry.
No. Yeah, Danny basically, summed it up there. I was saying they did restructure their recruitment staff last year, but it took them 7 years to do that.
And that's why just getting Overmars wouldn't be enough, because he doesn't. Yeah, no. He is more on the recruitment side. So you're just kind of just adding another head to the current structure. It needs to. You can't, and then because them men's going to be answering to Woodward and Matt Judge. They're going to be answering to the same people.
Yeah, that's the problem.
At least you have. I think Rio Third that spoke about it, or someone did. I can't remember who it was. But you need to have football minds on the board. So yeah, even if Van der Sar, even if Ed Woodward is still the CEO, so he still makes he signs it off because he has to, I have to say agree to it. As long as you're not behind the decision making of it, then I'm cool with. I'm okay. I'm okay with that because you have to take a little, you have to give a little. You can't get everything you want. My hope would be.
That's what I'm laughing at.
Glazer Simpson.
My hope would be Ed Woodward. You focus on the commercial. That's never going to happen. He's either going to be completely gone or he's going to be in the CEO position. Let's be honest.
Literally,
have Van der Sar on that board.
Literally. Or listen.
The stock exchange. You know what I mean?
Or literally, all I want Woodward to do is be like, right. The pagans who own me, because I'm basically their slave, the pagans who own me have told me you've got this much to work with, go use it. That's all I want him to do. If he was just that, cool. But the fact that man gets to say, oh, so you want this player for how much? No. Ed Woodward.
No, it's worse than that, KJ. Say we get Overmars. Yeah, go negotiate this deal. Deal comes back. You know what? We need some add-ons in there, Like,
man would be like, yo, I need some Ed Stallmans in there, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ed Stallmans.
Ed Stallmans, bro. That's what they are. Hold tight rants and that. You know what I'm saying? Ed Stallmans, bro.
Ed Stallman.
No, listen, because you're right. Because installment is one thing. Ed Stallman is like you win the Ballon d'Or within the next 8 months. We're in January. The Ballon d'Or's done in December.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Bruno's got one of them, innit?
Martial's
got Bruno's got one.
And we tried to include it into what's it called?
Jadon Sancho. We tried to give it for Jadon Sancho, bro.
Sancho.
What?
This is what I mean. He's an idiot.
It wouldn't surprise me if flipping Phil Jones got one of them as well, fam.
No, I guarantee you, my man just plays literally. When he got given the Man United job, my man played football FM 13, and it was like, let me see how this football thing works. And it's gone from there. He probably did it a couple of times with a few Wonder Kids, fam. I was like, oh, Ballon d'Or clause. Yeah, let's do that.
KJ, scary fact. So Manchester United are
Yo,
suing
Nix, you
football
froze.
manager.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I know. I can hear you, but I don't know what's going on.
Sorry. So KJ, Man United are suing football manager, right? Because they let people upload the patch that has the real logo. Yeah. Guess what football manager said? We don't understand why they're trying to sue us. We have a good relationship with them. They've contacted us to use our database from time to time.
Ooh, swear down.
This is what I did. You see, Ed is on the phone to these men saying, "Oh, I want to look at this player. Like, is
wait. They're using FM to scout players.
KJ or Aaron, if you Google the story, you will find it. I swear to God, I'm not lying.
They use it. Listen,
Manchester.
Are you serious?
I'm joining the resistance today. I'm not my energy.
Thank you.
Are you mad? No. They're using FM. Bro, I just closed FM before the stream, fam. They're using FM. Nah.
Big Man United,
Man, you can't believe it. Man, you can't believe it.
No. Legitly, yeah. My energy's for the Glazers now, My energy's for the Glazers. Aaron, I can't even lie to you. Football manager. Bro. Nah.
People have resistance, fam. They're using for FM
game.
No.
Big Man United using FM to scout players, fam. Listen. This is how literally there's a guy who played FM and got like his team in like Hungary or something to win their Champions League. They hired him.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was 2010. Yeah.
They hired him for their team. That's
based on that football manager.
Yeah, that's some like Division 2 Hungarian team using FM to hire people. Why are we
like 21 years old or something like that?
Yeah, 21. Why are we using FM to hire football players?
Oh, that's rattled me, That's rattled me, A whole big Manchester United
thing,
I told you, man.
And you know what? I talked about it the other day, a few weeks back on Sai's channel, I believe, and we were talking about how the Glazers just don't know nothing about football. Do you see what I mean? Like they probably think, and I don't know, one of you must have been there, Manny or KJ. And I was saying that these guys don't know nothing about football. They probably think, and I think Neeks is back. Yeah, he is. Okay, there we go. Let me add it back to the thing. Oh, sorry. There we go. And I think I mentioned it, and I said the Glazers don't know nothing about football, like absolutely nothing. They probably think relegation don't exist because the Premier League's like the NFL where you just participate and that's it. Do you see what I mean? Like someone might call them, give them a phone call and say, yo, man, them, do you know what I mean? We're in a sticky situation. We're about to get relegated. Well, relegation. We'll still make the playoffs, man. It's cool. Do you see what I mean? Like,
can I read the official quote?
Go for it, please.
Read it, please.
From The Guardian. So they're talking about the lawsuit. It's bullshit, blah, 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 except then they go, further, the claimant staff working in the data analytics and scouting teams have contacted SI, that's the company that owns Football Manager, on various occasions asking for access to the Football Manager database for scouting and research purposes.
Bro, do you know what? Yeah, I've lost all faith now in Traore when he comes in January. I've lost faith in Palestri now because these man scouted them on Football Manager now.
Yeah, they probably
no, legit, bro. Because I was questioning why do you drop like 30-40 mil on someone that hasn't played?
Edgar in the chat's got it up as well. We're going to find the article. Facts. Yeah. This is in the Guardian.
Listen, Manny, you're right. Because they're like, oh, right, we need a right winger. We don't want to pay for Sancho, who's also a good right winger.
Let's go check FM. Let's
use the FM database. It's sort of 5-star. You know what the thing is? This is how bad they are. They're sort of 1 gold star and then the 5 black stars. Oh, that must be a 5-star potential.
That just means they need scouting. That's all it means.
This is what I mean.
We got Traore. We got him, KJ. They just wonder kids in FM.
Listen, went on FM Scout at the website and put this. Went on the article.
For those who don't understand what we're saying, what we are saying is Manchester United, No, we're reiterating this again. Manchester United Football Club uses the database of a computer game to scout our players.
Listen, I'm open to all sorts of banter from any club. I'll take it, and I won't say nothing back. I won't retaliate. No, bro.
Do you know what the deep thing is? Like the database uses real scouts. The way they analyze players is right, but we're so far behind the curve. We need to go to them.
You know what I mean?
Like, one sec.
So I didn't mean to do that pop, by the way. I don't know what happened there.
Nobody in your scouting system or whatever, because apparently we got the best scouts in the world. We've got about 240,000 scouts around the world. So among all of these scouts, you're telling me that nobody knows what's going on in terms of what player to pick. Is he good? Is he not good?
No. This is the thing. I believe that they do know what they're doing, mostly. And when they go to Ed Woodward and be like, boom, here are the players we've scouted for the team, they're like, but they don't bring in commercial revenue. Who's this guy? Oh, let me go on FM. What's that? 12 concentration. No green stats. No, I don't want this player. No, go away. Bring me a different one. So he sees the international rep and it's 1. He's like, nope. Can't have that.
Yo, KJ's a vet. He knows, like, don't buy a man with like under 10, like 11 concentration.
11 concentration. You don't buy these brothers, fam.
Don't buy them.
Concentration's hard to train, bro. These mentors. You need to go buy Bastian Schweinsteiger out of retirement just to mentor the kid. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably why he said what he said. They'll see him. You seen that quote?
Yeah.
And it's and then on top of that, I don't listen to Woodward speak very often. So when I hear how softly spoken he is and how soft he is, no wonder you lose out in negotiations. Like, no wonder you've got no respect on the continent. No one respects this man.
No, they hate us. Do you know why Man United is one of the most hated football clubs in the world by other football clubs? It's because of these two men, Judge and Woodward. They hate them, fam.
Football Manager.
But he's still man, he can't get over it.
Oh, just. Oh man!
Yo, Lincoln's comments hilarious. Yo.
I can't believe it, man. Got a quick super chat here.
Sorry. I'll put the super chat down.
Oh, just. Oh
yes, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Club
Lincoln,
a joke,
shout out to
man.
you
My
for
club
that
is
one.
a big
Shout
joke,
out to you for that one, man. Super chat here from Baz1 saying the sad thing is when promising players come to a shit show, they often don't pan out, and that's the truth. That's the truth. And I'm starting to think all these players back in the day, the Bebes, the Makedas, the all these men were flying on Football Manager.
Oh, listen.
This club is dead. Man.
Oh, yo, who remembers Possebon? He was supposed to be a player. He was a big.
Look at this guy, bro.
Wait, guys, don't be surprised.
Midfielder, sick player.
Don't be surprised if we end up signing Freddie Adu, fam. If we end up signing Freddie Adu, that's it. We know how they operate, bro. The man is like 30 now. Like,
you know what's mad? They wanted him so young. He's probably only 30 now. Like he's not even like he's 40 or something.
Yeah, I don't think he's over. He's over.
Yeah, he's still playing.
I don't think he's over 31. Yeah, he's still playing.
Yeah, because it was 50.
You know what?
To the scene, innit?
We could. 40. It wouldn't surprise me, and I know we're throwing out names out there. It wouldn't surprise me if they went out and got man like Royston Drenthe, fam.
Oh god.
Remember Royston Drenthe? You know?
Yo, what happened to him after Madrid? I don't even remember.
He went to Everton, then went to Reading, then went to play in Russia, came back to England. And I remember there was a story that broke out when he was at Everton. He spent £500,000 to build an underground club. So in the basement of his house, he had a club built because he liked to party. So yeah, man, he's basically like Ronaldinho, but Ronaldinho had a club in his house as well.
Yo, can we say that? Sorry, go on.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, Neymar's
Shane O'Hare saying, lads, do you think this government is responsible for digging this information up? Let's get this straight. They do not like what Rashford is doing. It wouldn't surprise me if they did.
I think what Danny said is he's on a different. He's fighting a different battle now.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did. It wouldn't surprise me if they're tapping his phone. It wouldn't surprise me if they're hacking into his personal things, phones, social media, laptop, all these things. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they're sending people to follow him in cars and all this kind of shit, like secret agents and all them things. There, it wouldn't surprise me.
You know,
it happened.
There's a prediction for you. This is what they'll do. What they'll do next to Rashford, you'll see this because he's going to be fighting this fight for the rest of his life. This is just his first cause, by the way. There's going to be more coming, I assume. Looking at Rashford's character, watch them start looking at the finances into his company. They're going to start saying, "Oh, this money was spent there. Who was paid this salary?" That's what they do to organizations that fight for poor people. They don't want that. They don't like that.
Yeah.
I was going to say before. So what? Neymar's the Diddy of football, isn't he?
Wait, why?
Why is he the Diddy of football?
He's the only football player I always know it's his birthday. There's never anywhere.
No. The wrong.
You know when it's his sister's
birthday.
Because he's got the same birthday as Ronaldo, innit?
It's not even that, bruv. Do you know what? Every time it's coming up to his sister's birthday, he's always been injured. Always.
That's true. That's true.
Always been injured.
That's true.
Those accusations are wild. Like when people
they're wild. But listen, bruv, he's always been injured. Always. Listen.
Hey, if man likes to go to Brazil, man likes to go to Brazil. We had a super chat earlier again. Oh yeah, we read that one out already. This one here, yeah. Woodward at the negotiation table is with all those FM scouts reports negotiation fees. Wait, I didn't get that.
No, I get what he's trying to say.
With the FM
get
scout
what you're trying to
report,
say. Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking? Yeah, because obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if Ed Wood was paying someone to play Football Manager just to find Wonder Kid. You know. I'm literally broke. I'm thinking about things in my head, bro. I'm thinking about things in my head. I'm broken, bro.
Listen, if he wants to do that, pay me. I'll play Football Manager. I used to play it for free.
Boy, listen, I wouldn't be surprised.
But yo, guys, that brings us to the end of that United show. The England game's about to start soon, so yeah, I'm guessing you'll want to watch it or not. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, for tuning in. Thank you to everyone for your super chats. Thank you all for your comments. We've had a very good conversation, and that's what it's all about. Remember to like the video, smash a like on this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel's road to 200,000 subscribers. Also subscribe to the Football Terrace clips, and which is run by KJ. And obviously tonight, don't forget tonight, Midnight Vibes with Mr. Elite KJ himself on this very platform. So make sure you tune in.
Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest.
AM.
We're gonna have a special guest who's sitting right there. I can't, my thumbs there, but yeah, Manny will be joining, and Maya from Box to Box Babes, the host for that. Those two will be our special guests for us tonight. So it's gonna be a good show. International break, bringing you the vibes.
Box to Box Babes. That turned into Box to Box Boys this weekend, didn't it? I had to shut that off. I was like, this is not what I signed up for on a Friday night.
You're like, why didn't come in to see man, fam?
I saw this facial hair and Adam's apples and that. I was like, come on, Maya, man.
This is mad. But yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow all the mandem. You can see the @ names underneath, all of their pictures and all of their, I don't know, whatever it's called. But yeah, you can see the names underneath everyone. Make sure you follow them on their social media accounts. And we will see you next Sunday, where hopefully we'll be talking about a win against West Brom, because football is back, baby!